right. So, good morning. I do not have a presentation on slides. I'm going to talk to you all as humans, and we are going to run through this open house. I'll just let you know a little bit about myself and kind of what I'm doing, my why. And I do, in an open house fashion, allow questions. So you feel free to come off of mute. You feel free to drop a question in the chat. Um, Best experience is if you can see my screen, because I'll literally be showcasing our membership. I'll be showcasing our AI tools, and then I'll be showcasing our Kindred Connect CRM platform for birth workers and maternal health, businesses, organizations, solopreneurs, agencies, etc. It can be outfitted for just about any cause. And because there are lots of features with it, I will not be able to run through all of them. I do book calls though, to go through things and kind of talk about organizational needs and business needs if you need that. But I want to get through the important things I like to call money making features, things that you can set up and manage in one spot that help you make more money in your business, bring in more leads, etc. Things that typically are spread out amongst several different platforms. So we're going to showcase first our membership, which is our community membership that does not include any software. And then we'll run through those features, and then we'll run through the features, the CRM. So the membership will be explained, and then I'll explain the platform right after. So who am I? I am Anisha Smith. I am a labor and delivery nurse by profession. I've been doing that since 2001. It'll be 23 years completed this month. I'm in my 24th year of labor delivery nursing. I have worked in maternal health my entire career across 3 states. I've done travel, community health, outpatient, inpatient, antepartum, postpartum, intrapartum, just you name a piece of the maternal health journey, I have worked there. I've done a lot of high risk work. I have done work with doulas. I worked with midwives. I worked with, I've educated, I've mentored. I've really spent a lot of time in this space as a professional nurse. I'm certified. But I have not spent a lot of time in this space as a business owner. My businesses were product brands. One, Reflections by Zaina, which does products for healthcare professionals. We built that brand from scratch starting in 2017, 16, 17. And we built it to, 7 figures in revenue. We've done our own manufacturing with products. We're very familiar with the online space and online selling. And I wanted to bring that back to a lot of our struggling birth working and passion driven and heart led entrepreneurs that wanted to do more and really help women in the community, but were lacking a lot of the actual business acumen and business skill set and how to really set a business up, how to price it, how to present yourself online. Online is huge and people are finding people online. And you want to present yourself in a way that you're properly priced for profit to actually take care of some things around the house. And it's not all passion. You're not like a burnt out, passion driven person. Like that's what we don't want. And after speaking with so many different, and I mean midwives too, people who've gone to work, done all the things, advanced degrees, working inside of systems makes life really easy. You just go to work, get a paycheck. But when you go to entrepreneurship, it's a bit different because you have to do all the things. A lot of folks were not familiar with the cycle of business, just all of the things that would sustain them. And so that is where it came from. Kindred Connect was born of that. I started Your Ecom Strategist to help broader businesses get online. So I do have clients that are in different spaces that are not. Hi, Sandra. That are in different spaces that are not in maternal health. But Kindred Connect was my baby. It was something that I put together specifically to address the lack of business, just the business acumen education platform and things that was missing. was missing with a lot of our providers. So with that being said, I would love if you all quickly just introduce yourselves to say, where you are and, are you a business owner? Are you community health? I would love to know exactly what you're doing, and then we can get started.
Hi, everyone. My name is Ashley Aldridge, and I have a nonprofit called The Brown Egg. And what we do is offer a holistic approach to educating moms, providing their families with the necessary resources in the Houston community.
Awesome. Thank you, Ashley.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Nicole. I have 2 projects. One specifically, a doula community collective, where we serve not only the mothers, but we also provide safe spaces for the doulas to gain professional development. Those that are new, they get mentorship with Big Sister doulas. And then also, as we continue to pour into other people's cups, we need to be poured into. So we're really targeting just the retention rates of the doulas. I'm also in the Bay Area. So the county that I'm in, we lack a lot of maternal resources. So that's kind of our focus right now. And my partner actually wanted me to kind of get more information. I've been an entrepreneur for the last 10 years. So I've had several different businesses underneath my belt, but like every industry is always different. So I'm just trying to figure out how to streamline and do that with most efficiency of time.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Awesome. Thank you for everybody. Anybody else?
Congratulations, first and foremost.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And then I'm not a doula or a midwife or anything from this standpoint, but however, I'm a professor, and in my programs, I have a number of doulas who are coming through the program who probably would need the support. So I would like to have it as a resource to send over to them.
Amazing. Thank you, Dr. Sandra. Didn't even know that. That's awesome. That's awesome. All right. So we'll get started. People may pop in and out. We'll just let them in, but I want to just go over our tiers of membership, just take you through what we're building. I'm really excited about it. I've been working on it for some time, several months, probably close to a year at this point, between the tech standpoint and just the research and testing. And we just need it so bad, and we need the support in this area. We really need sustainable, passionate business owners that are also doulas and also in the maternal health space. I think it's really good to punctuate that piece, because you can be passionate your whole life, but if there's no structure, there's no support, there are no resources around you sustaining what you're trying to do to help, then you won't be doing it very long. And that really goes for most businesses, in and out of this space. But I found that we really needed it. So I'm gonna jump off my soapbox and share my screen. Again, you all feel free to come off of mute if you need to. Everybody see?
Yes.
All right. So what is Kindred Connect Pro? It is our membership incubator for maternal health and wellness professionals. This includes, again, the agency owners. This includes the entrepreneurs that serve in this community. This includes many folks, obviously doulas, lactation, childbirth education, anybody that's even product brands, people that are serving moms in the capacity of providing a service or product could benefit from just a community of business-minded individuals. And that is what Kindred Connect's goal is. It is not necessarily skill set around your particular, because there are plenty of programs that show you how to do things better. Our goal is to build a business for you, to give you an exposure to like how to run your business and how to keep yourself in business. So Kindred Connect Pro is a community, and I'll take you to it. But our goals are to find clarity in your business, give you resources for it. You all connect and network with each other. Until I started opening my mouth about this, I had no idea there were so many people that needed this type of work. I had no idea. And so it just fueled me further to get it done and to get it, and do it in a way that people felt supported and connected. Our mantra with Kindred Connect is exactly that: being supported, connected, and empowered. And believe it or not, a lot of us in health and wellness and medicine and nursing and, all of these healthcare related and caregiver related fields do not do a lot of like online tech stuff. And so I knew that was a barrier to why businesses were not run very well. And my goal was to try to find a platform and partner with a platform that just gave you as much as you could get into one space so that you could then stay in business much longer. And to help, the goal is for you to get your business together so that you can go out in the community and do that piece very well. So what are we going to cover? Our community membership is $47 a month, and we're going to jump into it. We do monthly training. I do training every month. I also put up videos a couple times a month. I do office hours, and we have co-working spaces that are virtual that I'll go into. What's going to make Kindred Connect special is the people that are in it, and the folks that really want to get better at this in this space, better business owners getting going and just doing it the correct way. Again, I do business strategy with my larger consulting practice and coaching. I don't really do a lot of coaching, but more consulting and business strategy. And so this here allows me to just really pour in places that I know folks are needing the most support. And that's really getting started and getting situated. So you'll have a lot of resources to help you with that, including our AI hub, which I will cover. I'm really proud of this because it allows me again to give you all things that decrease friction. And what I mean by that is you don't have 6 different AI tools that you're using to get things done. We've taken a lot of guesswork out of that for you, so that care plan building and strategy around marketing and all of those things that were, social media, all of those things that you need to nurture your clients and to keep them around. And that includes reaching out to organizations as well. That includes training up your own doulas. There's so many use cases for it. We decided that having an AI hub that folks could just type in a few things and get their output was going to be really, really beneficial. And I'm going to showcase that as well. So I'm not going to run through this entire page. I just wanted to give you guys a starting point, but I'm going to cover our membership and then I'm going to cover our platform. And this membership includes the platform. So do we have any questions before I get started?
No.
Nope. Okay. Let's go. I'm going to jump into our community here, and upon entry, the incubator, and I'm just logging in as myself, but we have, it's newly launched, and so we are looking for our founding members. We have a few that have already signed on. For our start date's going to be in about a week that will officially be open, but this is inside our community, and I just want to, of course, you can access this online through your phones as well, obviously on a computer, but it's basically our place. It's our safe place for our members, announcements, introductions, and networking. We talk about how to build your offers. This question comes up in Facebook groups like 10 times a day. And everybody's got an opinion about it. There's not a whole lot of science around it. And I think this is a safe place to really get granular around what to actually offer and how to offer it and where to put these things. We talk about client experiences. If anyone knows me outside of business, even in nursing, I am very big on customer value. I'm big on touch points. I'm big on, the holistic approach to business, which includes everything from the first time they reach out to you and how fast you are to respond to them, how clear is your mission and vision for your business, and how clear and how concise are your communications, how quickly do you get back. We talk about this and how to shape a great client experience, because those client experiences is what take people. That's how you get referrals. So it leads to money if you do it right. Tech stack, again, big on this. I think that businesses who want to stick around need to figure out where they are in the market and what tools will best suit them. Kindred Connect is one of the things that will cover a lot, tick a lot of boxes, but then there are lots of other things that you can use inside your business that may be more useful or more robust for your use case. And I will be that person, and anybody else that has found something that will help the business owner, we have a space for it. Wind down kind of just tells you exactly what that is. We're going to dedicate time weekly to just winding down in safe space, letting things go, venting or congratulating or celebrating. I think sometimes you have to organize these spaces because people will shrink themselves and they won't celebrate themselves, and they'll only be about what's wrong. And I find that in business, it is self-defeating if you compare yourself to others and you don't take time to celebrate. So I wanted to make space for that. Our CRM members have their own channel, and that's, obviously there's a different set of needs outside of this. So they'll have access. If you're a CRM member, you'll have access to this community, and then you'll have a separate channel that discusses more of the technical piece of running business and then running businesses using Kindred Connect. So we'll be in there for that. And then, of course, our help channel. So I have learning. This is where courses will be. And as you can see, we've already started loading our courses up. Typically, courses that land here are going to be free to members. If it's not a free course or if it's a master class, it'll be a discounted education. It may be a guest educator, but it's going to land here, and you'll be notified as we upload things. If we have events, we schedule them on our calendar. Yay! You'll get a notification. And our admins are the only ones that are adding events. But if you've got something, we celebrate. If you got a launch coming up and you want the community to know, submit it. Let us know, and we'll put it on the calendar. And whatever links that you have that you want people to know about, we'll stick it up there, and people can go and check the calendar, see what's up, and see who they can support. We also have a chat channel. So as you get into the membership and you want to do private conversations that are not public conversations, here on the platform, you're able to do that. And then we, of course, have our leaderboard, and that's just engagement, based on engagement and, interaction with each other. We're building out rewards for those people who are interested in that sort of thing. We do have a leaderboard. We got a few competitors. And then I'm going to be uploading a welcome message here that talks a lot about what we're doing and why we're doing it. So that is the community as a whole, and what you'll have access to. And then I want to go through the additional benefits of being in the community, which includes a co-working space that's virtual. It includes our studio, which I mentioned. We have an Etsy store that we're building out as well, that will give you a lot of digital assets that you'll have at a discount, including templates. It includes social media templates. It includes ebook templates. It includes courses and course templates that you can build out. So I'm a holistic business owner. I like to tick all the boxes if I can to make things as frictionless as possible for you to start, so that you're not fumbling through all of this stuff and you can go out and actually serve the community. And then this is our AI studio for Plus members. There's a little bit more functionality in that studio for those folks. So I want to take you to our co-working space. First off, questions before I move on.
I didn't have a question, but I just wanted to celebrate you, because I think this platform is very necessary. And I think that it's It's definitely fulfilling a need because as a business owner, it's like you be looking for a team, and this in itself, like when it's understood correctly, is like literally probably like 3 VAs I ain't got to pay for.
Yep.
So I just want to, celebrate you and give you your
Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate that. And look at this. Thank you. We need so much more celebration. I'm in a lot of spaces as a business owner because you kind of have to be. And a lot of spaces are heavily male dominated, heavy in the marketing. I'm in them because I need to build relationships and learn. And so a lot of the things that I learn, I bring back. But the collaboration and the networking is like paramount to success, and letting people know what you are doing at every opportunity that you can. We are so used to being sold to that we don't even like talking about our initiative to each other. And that is, it's a mindset thing. I've had to get over it myself for years in the education space, because it's like I can educate you all day, but I'm not selling you nothing. You know what I mean? And it's like, no, like people need you. They need what you have. So I appreciate that. I had to look at it different. I had to look at it differently. And we need more. We need more of this. 100%. I want to grow this like so hard and fast, like you guys don't even understand. Like what I would like to see is just a competent workforce of birth workers, beyond passion, because it's going to take more than passion for you to stick around, honestly. So thank you for that. Honestly, I appreciate it. So with that being said, co-working spaces and accountability spaces, virtual ones, have really made it's really like, I love it. Honestly, sometimes you can't get out to the park, you can't get out to Aspen, you can't get to where you want to be to work. And even if you do have that time, you don't have the people around you that will understand you. And so virtual co-working has become really important. A lot of times it's like done on Zoom or, calls like this, but there are other spaces that allow you to be even more creative and more immersive. And I found one of them, and we built this up again for our members. So this is one of our co-working spaces. It's just it's you once you get it into the membership, you get access to this, and you can come in here. We set up co-working times where I would actually be present to like answer questions or whatever, or you can come in here, you and somebody else who just want a change in scenery and they just want to interact technically with each other, and they can pop into these rooms and have a seat. You can choose your seats here. So you can have a seat, and after having a seat, you work. So if you can see my screen at the bottom here, you can share your screen. You can share boards and apps. You can play a YouTube video. You can share files, and we don't the links for sharing will probably disable because you have to be a member to be a part of it. But this is one of the ways that you can have to run your own co-working. And once we get bigger, I'm going to allow for scheduling of private rooms, so that if you want to have a team meeting of your peeps that you're in business with or in the community with, and you want to set aside a time to come in here and like run through stuff, we'll be doing that too. So I'm excited about this. I had a ton of fun creating this. This picture was AI generated, believe it or not. And so far, our cozy co-working spaces, we have 3 of them. And I just showed you this one here. This one is just even more zen. It's more a slightly smaller space with the number of seats that you have. But again, we'll be adding, like as we grow, we'll be adding. And this is one more spot that you can bring folks into. You can bring yourself into. You can talk about concepts. You can mull over whatever you have going and you need help with it. You can come in here and do that. So this is a benefit to our members. And then I'll be doing lunch and learns from time to time, myself or even people in the community that I bring in, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, excuse me, ladies, 30 minutes, 40 minutes at a time, and we'll be teaching stuff. And that will happen here. And so, presenting things, and oh yes, I got to. Oh yes, 1 second, Shailene. And this will be. It'll ask you for your email, and you can actually, if you go to this gobrunch.com, is where we use, one of the platforms that we use to build our spaces. Once you have an account, like as a member, you'll just set it up you just enter your email, you can enter the room, kind of like Zoom. And once you have that account, you'll be able to come in and out of our spaces freely. All right. There's a hand up. There's a question. And if anybody else has a question, sorry about that, please answer. You could go ahead and ask it.
I just have a question about the rooms. So as a private organization, are we going to be able to, like we do continued education, would we be able to use this room for the continued education for our staff?
You're asking about having a separate space under Kindred Connect that you can bring people in, like a locked room?
Yes. Yes.
We could talk about setting that up. It's doable. It's doable under and where the room would be locked when you're not using it. So it wouldn't be a room that's open. It will be a room that, as an organization, you could, yes, outfit and be for your peeps to teach it. Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Doable. Any more questions?
Yeah, I had a question about two things. One, for the Etsy shop,
Yes.
I know you have a lot of the digital aspects, but is there also like resources and maybe like vendors that you could refer us to, like if we want to get like other merch,
Yep.
T-shirts? Okay,
Yep.
okay, cool.
And we cover it because that is your like that is literally what I do.
Okay.
So the really cool part about like working with me is that I've now worked on both sides. So
Okay.
we built a product brand. I'm very familiar with print on demand. I'm very familiar with drop shipping. I'm very familiar with manufacturing and building from scratch. So I would be a resource for you just to point you in the direction of other places to learn how to get your own merch and even have your own, e-commerce stores.
Okay.
Yep.
And then the other question I had was regarding like the courses that you mentioned.
Yes.
So who are those courses for? Are they for the members or are they for our staff?
Okay. So you're asking like that double layer question, like, which is if I'm an organization, then that question, that's a separate, yes is the question to answer. So yes, you will be able to, as an enterprise partner, have this for your people. And actually, I hadn't even gotten to it yet, but as a CR, for those solopreneurs and smaller business owners who maybe have one or two team members and are not training centers and are not mentorship places that is a little bit more complex, you can build your own community using the Kindred Connect platform. So as a community member, this here does not come with the CRM. It's really just the resources and training and community, but this here includes the CRM. So if you want the ability to create your own stuff, then this is where you would be. And if you're an organization, this is a different conversation. So we talk about the needs down, like very granular needs, and then I would push you based on what you need.
Okay, so these two prices are for individuals.
Yeah, so this is individual solopreneur,
Okay.
1 or 2 or 3 enterprise folks. That's who this one is for, the CRM. When you got people coming in and out, and you probably will have a heightened security needs, and you'll have just different ways that you're using things, and I'll go through it. But yes, the pricing will be different.
Okay. And then as far as like the continued education or the courses, when you say the courses, are those like more so professional development courses? Are they like the courses
for our purposes? Yeah. So for our purposes, they're going to be tailored to birth, work, and maternal health business
Okay.
ownership professional. So not necessarily more like leadership as much as the ins and out of offer creation or the ins and out of automation in your business and that sort of thing. So you're going to get more practical learning here as a member. And our CRM, it's more advanced and it's more technically advanced too. So like a lot of the trainings will be around like actual make sure things work, make sure things are communicated well. And then we'll have, some trainings that are monthly trainings that may touch into like the mindset piece around business ownership and all of that. But that's on my end. If you're trying to create this for your people, then you put in there whatever you want.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any more questions? All right, so I'm gonna move on. We covered our co-working spaces, and excuse me, and the calendar. So that's kind of how we'll communicate those things, and the community will communicate what's happening. And then as we roll that calendar out, as far as you having room for your own purposes as a member, you can do that. We'll announce that when it drops as well. So I'm gonna pop out of Go Brunch and head over. Let's see, we're back in the community section. So we'll go into our AI member studio space. This is something that is available on both levels. So on our $47 level, and then on the CRM level, you're going to get a slightly more advanced version, but they are both still very good. And this is our member studio. And those links are only going to be visible to members. So you won't, you'll be added via the email you sign up with. So this will be specifically for our members, and these are assistants in AI, very specific form-based kind of synthesizers that will bring your information up, like ChatGPT, like Claude, like Gemini. It uses those advanced LLMs without you having to go get all the subscriptions. That is literally what our goal is with this, was to bring it here and to give you very specific tasks so that you're not lost in prompting. A lot of folks get confused about like how to ask the questions and how to get the best answers, and they may not quite get what they're looking for because they don't know how to prompt. And so we have done all that already. So the prompting is here. There's AI, KC Vision AI for actual photos. Things that help you implement and plan implementation. A lot of people get caught up in like how to start. So these are a few of them, and we can go through one of them or two of them if you all want to tell me which one you want to try, and we'll try one. Again, I'm interactive, so y'all tell me. We got a creation assistant, we got a strategy advisor, we have vision for maternal health and birth work, so it creates photos. Implementation to help you plan out kind of what you'll be doing, in your business. So if anyone has one,
can we do the maternal health or the implementation planner?
This one, AI implementation planner.
Yeah, and then the maternal health one after, please.
The vision for pictures.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So basically, this takes all of the headache out of prompting, and it'll give you a plan for implementation, and you can actually upload. Say you've been working on an outline, and you stuck, or you've got something that you want to model, or you've got some piece of information, or even a website that you want to be considered in this answer or in this plan. Then you put it here. So we'll start. What type of offer are we looking to implement? We got educational service, support service, products, memberships or subscriptions, and consulting.
Let's do education.
All right. So we got education, and you can pick more than one in this.
Okay, let's do education and support services.
All right, education and support services. Which stage of business are you currently at? Are you early planning? Or are you growing? Are you mature, which means you are making decent amounts of cash, or are you looking to sell? So that stage just means you're looking to exit.
That's
what
growth.
the declination stage is. All right. And then resources that you currently have for your business. So what do you currently offer? Do you have courses? Do you have, do you have something licensed? Do you have a framework? Do you have, something that you built yourself? What currently do you have?
On the consumer side, we do have a curriculum for like prenatal, but on the doula side, we do not have a curriculum for what education looks like.
Is your curriculum in person or online?
For moms, in person.
Okay. So I'm going to type that in as an in-person, the classes, courses, and then you have anything online. What else did you mention? I missed it.
For the dual side, we offer the education and the support.
Okay.
But that's hybrid.
We also have doula, hybrid, education and support mentorship. Hybrid, in person and online. All right. And then your comfort level with technology.
I'm like in between intermediate and advanced.
All right. And we got resources you have for your business. And so what you want to accomplish with this is what?
So this is the implementation, right?
Right.
Yeah. So I think, I don't know, okay, so you tell me if this actually fits here. So I would say like to understand more like our quarterly objectives, and then break it down to weekly and then daily, so we know how to.
Okay, so this is more like project management. This is great because I think what I'll do is take this. I'll take this prompt and make it a project management prompt, so it'll ask those questions more. That'll be awesome. Okay, so we want to accomplish planning schedule that gives us weekly, because these are all important for any business, y'all. Any business.
Yeah, like what are our objectives?
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Weekly, quarterly objectives to accomplish whatever you got going on.
Yeah, I would say to scale ultimately, right?
Okay. So we probably might need a little bit more information to get a better output, but we're going to still enter
Got
this
it.
until we get. We may have to get more specific about like what is you're working on. Is it revenue generation? Is it more leads? Like that sort of thing. Because those things take different steps, if that makes sense.
Got it. Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah. All right. Our plan to grow, we'll just say our doula mentorship. I'm just going to give it an objective to make it.
Yeah. Because we definitely need to grow our doula sites. Like we have moms, like we have,
they're everywhere, right?
Yeah. It's the doulas that are kind of like inconsistent.
So we'll say we'll start with our planning for January 2025. First quarter. All right. So that is what we got. This is a very advanced question. This was cool because I don't get to play around with this that much. And I think I'm going to tweak this to where we get a little bit more questions out of you so that you get better output. So let's see what we get for this. All right. So to help you grow your doula mentorship program for your first quarter starting January 2025, we'll develop a strategic plan and a comprehensive approach for focusing on this. So it's telling you kind of now basically get your information going. This is the stage that you're in. These are the available resources that you have available to help you get things done, or grow. And then it gives you planning and preparation. Now in December, you need to define your objectives and give it. This is really cool. Streamline integration for so you need, this is like a techie kind of thing. You need to revisit how people are coming into your organization, how you're going to deal with folks, because you're talking about growing something. So anytime you're talking about growing, you got to make sure there's a process that can accept that growth or that increase. You have to plan ahead. So this is cool. Curriculum development. Go back through what you already have and then incorporate feedback from customers. And if you don't have a feedback process, you do need to develop one. And that's one of those like major customer journey things that a lot of folks drop the ball, and so they lose referrals because the people are done with you, and then you don't really reach out asking about how their experience was, and so they just forget about you, and then they have information, you don't reach back out. And so feedback is important in business, period. And then you've got tech tools, which means how are you going to train these folks? Where are your courses platform going to be? So it gives you just basically a strategy for the quarter in a quarterly fashion. And you can get more granular with this because it does right here. It gives you weekly objectives, quarterly objectives, and these are all just numbers that we kind of plugged in because we didn't really ask for them. And then you've got considerations and challenges, which of course tech is usually a big challenge for most folks. And then getting people on board is another one, making sure that you train folks well. And then your solutions. So this was pretty cool. Prompting is everything in AI, and you can ask it even another question and say, can you go into curriculum development? What steps do I need to take to develop my curriculum?
Yeah, I actually use ChatGPT a lot.
So are you familiar with this?
So and the more, and I used to just use it. I started off just using like emails and more so like clarifying what I'm trying to say.
Advanced. Yeah.
But yeah, then you start to go like and I tell people all the time, the more you can clearly state what you're looking for, and it doesn't have to be like in sentences. I was like, it will. I mean, I use it for homework and everything. I'd be like, take this PDF, answer these 20 questions, and homework is done in 5 minutes.
There you go. So a lot of folks, believe it or not, are not as advanced, and it stops them, or it just sends people in a direction where the output's not great. And so then it's noticeably not great, or it may be inaccurate because you're not really checking for accuracy. So a lot of what we've done here is just the guesswork and then giving you enough so that you can use your resources to refine it. So that's really what. So it gave us a little bit more, and it uses our AI tool does pull from Chat, Claude. Those are the two big ones. So you're getting like the 4.01, the ones that most people are paying for extra. You're getting them as a part of the prompting here, so you don't have to pay for it here, anyways. And so it just gave us a nice little kind of what to do to help refine our curriculum. This one is an actual, I actually have one that's a form. Let me see if I can. This one allows you to just type in you just type it straight away, what you want to see. But I wanted to show you all the form one as well, because I think that does help. People have a hard time with photos. So give me 1 second. I think I might want to go to one of our other ones and show you this one. So we will preview this. And it's a one-click generator form. Let me see. I want to show you the actual, this is my view of it. So we've got this is our plus members, these folks have the CRM. And this is our one-click image generator. So we want to pick a style. So we got photorealistic, animated, illustrated, or Pixar. And this is for people. We'll do photorealistic. 2 people, and then ethnic background. I find that if you don't say it, you get something else. And then the age group, we'll say in their 30s. Genders are women. And then what do we want to see? Anybody have any ideas?
Well, it's been hard for me to find like Black women and like birthing, like doulas with moms.
Yes.
It's like only like 2 out there, and then it's like I don't really like the animated.
And I will say, from prompting, and I do quite a bit of prompting. One of the downsides to the generation is that they'll make everybody in the photo pregnant. You put pregnancy in there, like everybody got a belly. So like,
I guess the doula could be pregnant.
Right. I mean, she really could, but it's just funny. And you almost have to like distinctly say only one person is pregnant in this photo.
Good to know.
Otherwise, everybody got a belly. So it's just funny to me. But we'll say with the settings are in a home, well lit and well decorated. And we'll say the activities, we want a birth doula who is not pregnant to be supporting a mom that is having labor. I've never prompted this before, so we'll see what happens. The mom is uncomfortable. Her face. All right. Mom is uncomfortable. And then what's the mood or emotion? So we'll say the doula is intense and the mom is in pain, grimacing. All right. And then any other details? Do we have any other details? I think this does it. We'll see what we get. Another area. I like to just give it as much as I can. Sometimes it takes it and goes awesome, and then sometimes it's like, what were we thinking? But that's the fun part. I just enjoy. I've gotten so many amazing AI generated photos just for use in our social, and a lot of folks can use it in social. You can use it in your newsletter. You can use it in your marketing materials. So it's giving us, all right. This isn't bad.
Nah, I've never. Like, it's actually good.
Wow. Amazing. So this is, you download it, and there you go. You have a photo now of a doula supporting a mom who is obviously in pain and pregnant.
Could I also attach, so I found these 3 pictures, but I had to find them through if I'm buying a portrait of it.
Yeah.
And it was like these bold, rich African women who were pregnant, but it was like they're in like these luxury gowns. And I only found 3, and I'm like, can I give it a picture and say, give me more of like this?
You can prompt. Yes, you can. You can upload a photo for it to use as inspiration. Yes.
Okay.
And not in this tool, but in one of the other ones where it'll ask you to upload. But yes. So that is our image generator, and that's our studio for, so like business ideas, content creation, marketing strategy, vision for the maternal health space, care planning for birth, labor, implementation. We just did this one. And then this is maternal health content. And this one is very specific on like longer information generation. So like if you've got a long article you need to write, if you've got a short ebook you want to write, you can give the details here. And then we also have one that is a form-based, because I find people just more comfortable answering questions and then taking what they have and then refining it. So we have both ways. Some people are.
So the other one, not this one, but the other one you just showed us, would that be something that we could create like a weekly block for? That's
Yep.
what we would use that one for? Okay.
Yep. Yep. So it's asking you what you want to create here.
Okay.
And then your topics, who your audience is, what your goals are, your takeaways are, and then what your tone is. And then you would get it. And then you can say, hey, this looks great. This outline, I like it. Can you write me my week's worth of blogs? And then I'll take those week's worth of blogs and then I'll put them in like a Google document and then I'll refine them and make sure I'm good with everything. And then you take one of your pictures you generate and there's your picture for it. So that's essentially, we literally made it very, very hard to not be able to like make a splash in the online space, because I know a lot of folks in this space do a lot of networking and they can work together. But again, I'm in a lot of the groups and maternal health groups and doula groups, and a lot of the questions and a lot of the uncertainties around the business part of it. It's not necessarily, some of it's practice, and in maternal health, it's something you can really do. Every situation is different, but just business practice and like how to get going and how to get started and just get those juices flowing. There's not a lot of resources out there for that. So that's what that is. So that's our AI tool, guys. Do you might have questions?
No, but I'm just going to keep clapping because that right there, it was like, oh my God, we can use that to generate content for Moms Weekly. And like, and I'm just looking at the time saving, like, oh my God, I could literally knock that out in 15 minutes, be done for the month. Like, so, yeah, it just reminded me, like in real estate, it was like, we were always taught, like, we have millions of dollars doing things wrong to create this system that you have now purchased. And if you work the system will not fail you.
Yep.
So this is what it's reminding me of. Like, if you understand the system, and even if it's just like, okay, I'm gonna use this one first, right? Because it's like, even when I was using ChatGPT when I first started, it was again emails and texts, and now it's to the point where I will build a whole team agenda, curriculum or whatever, and you just you eventually advance, right?
Yep.
So this is a great, getting flowers.
Yay. Thank you. Thank you. Did anybody else have a question? So this last part, now that I've kind of gone through the community, is about the CRM or the customer management part. This part is in the membership. It's this option for the solopreneur, and then in our enterprise partners and businesses who like have people that they need to corral. This is obviously who I'm talking to. The use cases will be different, so I won't be able to go over every use case because there are a lot of things here. But I'm gonna go over the important stuff and the stuff that's included for you so that you can see kind of what you have access to. And I have a demo account that I will pull up for our HIPAA-free client information. I was able to generate some peeps here. So this is Kindred Connect, the CRM. And we're in the community space right now. So there's nothing here because in the demo account, I didn't create a community. There's no point in that. But this is where you would create your communities, and this is where you would create your products or courses here. So it's called a product in this case, but it's a course. And so when you click it, this is where you get started. You create the product and it'll walk you through the type of course that you want, and then it'll lay it out for you, kind of auto set some of it. And then you can go from there. If you have Kajabi and you have courses in Kajabi that you want to import, you can do that. So you can do a sprint course, marathon, membership, and build your own from scratch. And that includes, having quizzes and, other things that you can put in there. So it really is a kind of do what you want in this case. And you can make this internal and external. You can make this something as a part of the community. If you've got two communities, one of the communities is for your moms and families, the other one's for the doulas, then you may want to create your courses for the doula community. You can stick them there. So, and then if you got courses that you want to build community with your moms and families and you want them to have a place to go online that is housed by you and has your information and your branding, then you would do that here. So that's just an overview of memberships. I'm going to probably run up in reverse, but I just wanted to show you that because we just came off of the community piece. And that's where That's where it's housed here in memberships. So we've got our sites. And so the site section is a lot. It houses a lot. I'm obviously the owner of the agency, so I'm going to have everything. Every plan doesn't have everything, but it has most things. And our enterprise people typically get all the things. But if you're familiar with funneling, you can build a funnel here. And that's basically sales page that sells things to people. So if you've got somebody coming into your business, even as a doula, and you've got what we call lead magnet, you've got something to bring them in to your, something you're offering them to get their information so you can follow up with them. You can build that out here. You can build, we have a few funnels that we are making specifically for the maternal health space. And then we have a few funnels in a library that have nothing to do, but that you can make it your own as well. So that's one way you create offers. Next way, and I'm going over the money stuff, and this is thing that bring you clients, that houses clients, collects information for you to follow up, because that is the whole point of being a business. So we will, our accounts, our people, we have a special template that we upload to all of our Kindred Connect clients that have specific maternal health language and forms and intake forms already set up for you to adjust and make them your own. And then they all get a website template as well. So this is the template that you are gonna get. We have 2 or 3 of them that you can pick, or we may just upload a couple and you can choose one and then make it your own. But we have graphics on our team. So we created this is essentially takes the guesswork. If you have doulas and you want to get them their own kind of launch pad of support or template a website for them, you're able to do that inside of enterprise account. So you've got FAQ. If you want to put your location here, there's a place for that. So we wanted to make sure it made sense for the industry. And we had, of course, our About Us page, all of these things, answering people's questions, talking about your services, and you can adjust any of this stuff, including the color scheme. We offer that as a service because we are an agency, or you feel free to do that for yourself and for your business. It's a drag and drop builder. So I don't want to get into that part, but you can literally drag and drop things. So it's not really technically impossible to do this yourself. And this is your website. And then when you're all done with it, you hook it up to a domain. That's your domain. So you will have your own domain, and you literally can send folks to a website in a matter of a day. So that's a second way to get to the money fast. We also have, which is a part of our CRM plan, is intake forms for our peeps. And as you can see, we created a couple of templates for you to get started with. Everybody has their own version of what they consider to be intake. If they're doing it in person, or if they're sending this form out to somebody to fill out, they've attached it to an email. All of these things are possible, but we took what we knew was important in the industry and gave it a form. And so as a business owner, you can come in here and we already have the fields already done for you. If you want to change around where something is placed, you can make these adjustments, or you can leave it as is. And this will then be housed when the form is submitted. I'll show you where that information lives, and then you will be able to go and follow up with these folks as clients. So this is our birthing one. There's a postpartum one. You can build lactation. You can do whatever. It's a form, and you can pretty much do whatever. There's more training on this inside of the membership for people who have who have this platform that'll help you kind of figure out what you want to be asking. But there's forms and surveys and quizzes as well for you. And I think in most businesses that are the touch points that we have in maternal health, you don't need a ton, but these forms are very important, and surveys are too. There's Blogspot there. If you want to host with us in WordPress, we can host WordPress sites. So we would just get with you with that separate. I want to take you to our payment section. Well, actually, before I do that, let me take you to where you manage your people. So if we were going through kind of what we just went through, which is our intake form, and you sent that to a mom who filled it out, she would come into your contacts as somebody that fills the form out. And she would, these are fake people, so there's no HIPAA here. These are all generated names and emails and all of the things, just so you all know. She has a contact card. And if you and your, say, for example, you have one other doula that's a backup doula that may need access to some clients that she may be delivering because you're busy, or you on a vacation, whatever. You can add her as a user and assign her to follow these clients that she may end up, attending the birth, doing it this way. Yes, Shailene, 1 second. And then I wanted to show you where your information from your forms go, because say this is the form you got filled out. We have general info, which is more so if you're enterprise and you need business name and all of that, you're working with a business. But our additional info, pregnancy, postpartum, all of these things are housed here. So her due date, her number of fetuses, I know you all saw that on the form. It's all here in the card. So as she fills that stuff out, she may have plans to go birthing center and hospital, so, or home, whatever. So you can add it there. Her birth plan details, we covered that. If she's got complications, if she's preterm labor, her number of pregnancy, and then of course you can tag her even with the name of a doula that may be following her. Like, tags are amazing because you can pretty much tag whatever with whatever. And then what if you have, and this is all advanced, well, it's a part of the customer journey, but you may have a email sequence that you're sending to these clients after they sign up. She's going to get anything that she's getting from you is going to show here. Any automation that she's getting and her family's getting is going to show here. If you need to send her and you're working from your laptop and you got to send a message out to her, you just pick which one you want to send it out through, usually email. And if you sign up for SMS, you get that as well, and you can send information here. For doulas and for folks that go into people's homes or have like notes and things that they need to bring back and store, this is where you can do that. We do work with our enterprise partners and try to kind of streamline this process of note taking. If they've got something, Google form or something that they want to shoot in here, we help them set that up. If you've got an appointment that you want to make with her, once you attach your calendar, you can do that. If you need to send her a contract for care and she signs it and you want to make sure it sits here, this is where you would put it. If you have a service, she says, hey, I want to add placenta encapsulation to, after we talk to her, she didn't order it right away, but she might order it later. You can then send her an invoice and take payment for these customers as they come through. And then if this is something that's a little advanced as well, if you've got other team members that do things, or if she's got more than one person in her household that may be using your services, you can associate them here. So I'll take your questions now. This is the contact.
Sorry, I promise I raised my hand not to interrupt you, just so that you know.
And
So I use Google Workspace mainly because it is one of the few that is HIPAA compliant for contract and information. Is this platform HIPAA compliant as well?
Yes, for our enterprise people, it is. Google does. I mean, they're billions of dollars, so it's not free, but it's not ridiculously expensive either.
Okay.
So was that a question?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yes. HIPAA, yes. And one of the organizations we're working with in Florida who has a RN training program, obviously they're going to be sticking notes and sticking things, and they're going to have followers, and they're going to have quality compliance. So they're going to need HIPAA. And so they, we will be getting HIPAA for all those folks who need it. Yeah. So, back to our contact record. I think for those of us who work individually with people, this is probably where you spend a lot of your time. And that's why I'm spending so much time here. But I find this to be extremely simple to manage. You can even create smart lists if you've got, lists by county, lists by whatever, family, by postpartum versus labor. Like you can create whatever list you need to help you organize your information as well. So this is where a lot of, these are just fields and that's advanced. I'm not going to worry about it. This is where a lot of folks spend their time. And so when we do our form creation and we send you those preset forms, a lot of the information that's showing here, actually all of it, is because a form was created. So the forms are very important in your intake process, period. Whether you're doing a Google Doc or whatever, typically that stuff gets shot to an Excel spreadsheet and you have to kind of manage it in that way. But here it lays it out for you immediately, and every time you're dealing with this person or whatever you have to do to update their information, it is always here based on the forms, intake forms and surveys and whatever you have in your business that's available for somebody to fill out is a way for you to take information about them, including being able to communicate with them and including being able to write notes and set appointments and all of that. So this is one way. I know a lot of folks who are not into a lot of the advanced techniques around managing clients. This is a way that they are very comfortable managing their people. And most of the time, because you don't have 50 people that you're managing at one time, and doulas and, childbirth, maybe education may be a little bit different because you do take in bigger groups of folks, but you also may not be seeing them all. You may just be educating them. So it really can be outfitted to kind of what you need it to be. And I want to make sure I cover the contact. So let's go to payments. So this is another money feature. Obviously, you can create invoices, recurring invoices, template your services here with your business, and even send estimates to people. You can set your documents and contracts up ahead of time and send them out for people to sign. You can also template them here. These are just orders. Whatever's ordered is going to show here. This is like a metric for you to see what's being ordered. Subscriptions, if you have that sort of thing. A lot of you talked about products, and some of you do like yoni steams and herbal type deals, and you can actually create products inside of here that allow you to sell those things. They don't necessarily need a full store, but you can build a store inside of here and sell stuff to people. So, and this is where that stuff will be. Coupons and then integrations. Integrations, of course, is a money feature because it integrates with other payment processors. So Kindred Connect is not its own payment processor. So you will need whoever you want to take and process your money and pay you, you will need to make sure you have an account with them. We use Stripe, we use PayPal sparingly, but there's Authorize.net for people who, and these are all approved payment processors to take money on your behalf. You just need to set up an account as a business. Most popular ones are Square, Stripe, and PayPal. High volume folks tend to, and you can even do manual payments as well. You just set it up to make sure it records it. But Stripe, PayPal, and Square in this case are the most, they're used the most. And Stripe allows you to even do payment plans through them. I don't know if many of you use Stripe, but they have relationships with like Klarna and one of the other pay in fours that does it. They have. Let's see, are there forms, contracts, care plan, etc., and schedule housed here too? Yes, you can. I didn't go to the schedule, but you can sync your scheduling. Yes, you can create a schedule and take appointments for sure. Yeah, contracts, I think we just went over. Now, as far as templates, we do not have contract templates. because we don't know who's doing what. But that is the reason that we have the AI generator, because you can generate a contract that way. Did Nicole pop out? I think is she here? Oh, okay, she's back. Okay. Yeah. So is Nicole back? I don't want to make sure I'm answering her question if you're here. Are you here, Nicole?
I'm sorry.
That's okay. I saw the question, I was answering it, and I didn't want to like just be talking and you're not in the room. So to answer the question, that you asked a question about calendar connections. Yes, to the calendar connections. You can, it does Outlook calendar sync and Google Calendar sync. And that's if you have a sync, you can set it up here, and then you can assign, you can even, like I said, if you got a backup person, or if you're enterprise and you have a team and you need to see what everybody's up to. One of the businesses we work with, they have like 4 people in the community that they have calendars for, just for working, and they have their calendars. And as an admin, you can search by user and find out what people are doing and who they're seeing. So it can be something as simple as a sales call appointment or a doula appointment with a new mom. You can set that up. You can also set up something as complex as multiple calendars for people to see what you're doing. So because there's nothing synced here, this is a mock account. There's no calendar here to make an appointment. So, but this is where it is. And then your calendar settings, this is where you set exactly what's happening. And then if you have a connecting, there's your Google booking calendar. And for people who are in the community with service, they have a separate calendar. So you have definitely ways to do it, for sure. Did I answer your question?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. I believe I was on payments, but I pretty much covered it. Conversations is the place that you get to see what you're saying to folks. And that's essentially like if you're texting, if you're on the phone, and if there is an app that you can download called Lead Connector, and it connects you with your account and with your peeps so that you don't have to have your laptop all the time. You can actually get updates through the app for your business. Any conversations that you're having with folks are going to go here. What else did I want to cover? Website payments. Automation is advanced. I say advanced because people typically are a part of other people's automation, but they don't really set it up for themselves. I will give you an example of automation that we set up and will come in the accounts. We have like 2 automation workflows that are pre-set up like this for you. And you kind of come in here and you add your own emails and do what you want to do. But it's really user friendly in a sense that you just, it's advanced because you may not know how to get it going, but it's necessary because like when you sign up for this, and most of the time you sign up for webinars, if you sign up for education, it's automation that's sending out your reminders and they're sending you text messages. And as a business owner on this platform, you can do the same for your people. So it's a skill that, some people are kind of hesitant around like learning it. It's not hard, it's tedious. Not hard, but it will bring you money and it will keep in touch with your people. It will remind them that they got stuff going on. People will be mad if you don't send reminders. I didn't get a reminder. So like automation is very important in your business. And this is like, you get a kind of glimpse of the backside of this. Like this is what is required for you to have, do good business and make sure you're following up with your people. So we understood that obviously, and wanted to make sure that our accounts at least had 1 or 2 automation workflows, something as simple as a trimester, first trimester, second trimester workflow that they could send their people, send their moms. If you want to add a product in there and in your email, you can do that. If you want to put a link in there for them to either come somewhere, go somewhere, learn something, whatever. This is the total control that you have to do that. So automation is extremely important. Millions of dollars in business is done this way. And I feel like we needed access to this. We did not need to be sitting down rattling off manual emails every time we needed to send an email out. Every time we needed to send out a reminder, we got to do it manually because nobody's automating anything. So in our CRM Plus Pro program, we go into automation a lot, just making sure you have the right workflows set up, just basic ones, nothing really advanced, just basic appointment reminders, basic welcome to this service or program reminder, and how is everything going, and this is what you need if you got a question, this is where you go. That's all automation. You're not sitting down to write that stuff out every time. So that's important tab. People kind of like, they blink around at it, but I'm telling you, there's money here. So it's definitely a skill you want to learn. You want to learn how to set your automations up. And then for marketing, another one of those kind of like cringe, people feel salesy in that, and they don't want to sell, and I get it. But at least you can manage your social. So social media manager is typically in one of our higher plans, but if you're in the membership, it comes with it. Like on your CRM, if you're in the pro membership, it comes with it. And it is all of the ways you can put your business management in one spot. So I'll give you a quick look at what that looks like from one of our actual Kindred Connect main account, which is where we manage all of our leads and all of you guys that come in and come to my webinars. This is exactly how we reach out and what we promote. You can connect the accounts. We have our accounts connected, and then we decide we're going to post, and we can schedule posts. You can pull in a week's or a month's worth of posts if you're really good at efficiency. And you have a VA, you got somebody that can put your social together for you. They can upload like a week or 2 weeks or a month's worth of social through the CSV, and it'll sit all here for you to schedule it. And we even have planner templates that you can use, and it's really robust. I mean, like for me, who's not crazy about social all day and night, to be able to come here and have my Pinterest is here, my TikTok is here, my LinkedIn accounts are here, my Facebook page is here as well, and then I have a YouTube channel. All of these things can be managed here if you want. So that's for me, for folks who are getting used to just getting out there. This is the one way that you can manage getting out there in one spot if you want. And then of course your email campaign, and you can set your template. So it just allows you for creativity, but efficiency. The rest of the stuff is kind of advanced. I'm gonna go through it, but I find that a lot of folks are in love with the fact that most social planners are extra. It's an extra cost every month. I know there are a bunch of them out there that will manage your social for you, but it costs. It's just one more subscription, and so it's included in ours. And I think I've covered everything I wanted to cover. So I'm taking questions. I'll make up a question. How do you get started with this? Well, you sign up for it here, and you can do it monthly or you can do it by the year. And it just we just run through it, but you're going to get your access to the AI, access to our co-working spaces, and you'll get 10% on anything that we do for you or you buy from us as a member. And then you're going to go through onboarding, and that's a separate call where we walk you through some of the more technical pieces like your domain and, setting up a few of those things, business and your EIN and stuff. So that's how it starts on that end for this membership. If it's the community membership, it's because it's community based and there is no software, the onboarding and all of that is more so just access to our community, access to the AI hub that we showed. And then as we obviously grow, you're going to have access to the people and then the resources that we are posting in our courses and things. So those are the two ways you get started. And I can drop this link if you just want to read through it more for yourself. But this is essentially what our open house is for. I think I covered everything. And so if you don't have questions, I mean, you can ask me whatever. But that's it. That's what I had.